Adam, I'm not sure if you're aware, but when you do something, I look up to you, so I do something. So
Okay.
recently, you bought an electric vehicle, and I was like, Adam, I'm gonna buy a vehicle. So I went and I just bought a car. So we got a 20 we originally wanted to save the planet and go like electrical and all that, but
Instead, you got a diesel.
Mega Dads Live is a mature rated podcast. It's for the Mega Dads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
well, no, like this asshole, this orange asshole keeps fucking with everything. Like the
Yeah.
go in, it's like new tariffs on fucking Lithuania, 100,000%. Like you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So we ended up getting a used 2016 Chevy Equinox.
There
So
you
it's
go.
a gas one, but we got it at a steal because I don't know if you did this, Adam. Did you negotiate when you went to buy your car? Did you go and did you say, I'm walking out of here with this car for like they're asking for 20 and you're like, I want to pay $5.
I'm like, listen, buddy, I'm not taking this finger out of your ass until you take 5,000 off the price.
Did you negotiate? Did you haggle?
I ended up with 4 fingers in that guy's asshole before he.
And he paid you or you paid him?
I somehow ended up paying more. I hate car shopping so
it's
much.
Uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable.
Especially for that guy.
Ba-ding. Ba-dong. Did you haggle? You just went in there and you paid sticker price like a
no, I
did.
haggled a little bit because I'm like it was that kind of thing where it's like, this is my price and I cannot do any more.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's good.
But it makes you feel gross. It makes you feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't do that when I go to the grocery store and I'm like, listen, I'm not walking out of here without paying $1.50 for these wieners.
Yeah.
So
I mean, so long story short, I was proud because it went for it was 12.9, and I was like, we are looking to get out of here at 10,000, and then we ended up leaving at 10.5. But they had to drop the price to 8,000 for all the tax, titles, license to get us out at 10.5. So I was like, I was happy. I'm like, I saved some money. I think I don't even know, but bottom line, haggling has always made me uncomfortable. So we were there and we're like, I had to act like I was walking out. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're gonna shop around. They're like, no, come back, come sit down. We're gonna buy you a sandwich. Do you want some orange juice? Shit like that. I'm like, come on, let me talk to my manager. Dude, we did that like 4 or 5 times.
Nice.
The price is going up, it's going down. It was just this song and dance. And I was there with my wife. I'm like, listen, I know you don't want to hear this from me right now. It's like the 5th time, like, because we went back twice, walked out like 5 times. And I was like, look, honey, I know you don't want to hear this, but we have to walk out right now. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So we walked out one more time and we got it down. So it was uncomfortable as hell. Like I was not comfortable with the whole experience. It's so shitty. Like you don't do that anywhere else. Like you say, you're like, I'm going to see Mission Impossible for $4 tonight. Like that's what I'm doing. And the guy's like, sir, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Doesn't work that way.
It's $21.65. You know what I mean? Like I could throw in a small popcorn for you only because, like, I don't know. That's
good
it.
for you though. I mean, and like you said, you have to make some concessions. You got to do a little song and dance. So what if the car doesn't have brakes? I mean, what do you do, right?
What if you could negotiate game prices, Adam? Like if I told you right now, let's say a Switch. I'm like, Nintendo's gonna sell you a Switch too. They're asking like what, $500 for it. What are you telling Nintendo? What's your offer?
I'll tell you this. As a gamer, we are blessed in that we do not have to make face-to-face contact with another human being to get all the games that we want. I would be terrible at that because I'd be like, I'd be walking in there with my fucking Bullet Bill t-shirt. They'd know I've got this guy by the balls. He's getting the extra hard drive. He's getting the replacement plan, all that shit, right? Like I ain't fooling anybody.
You got Mario hat on. You're like, this fucker already.
This guy's
a fan.
I'm walking out of here without... Yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of Megadads Live. We need to take a quick moment to thank our members of Megadads Boost. Hey, are you sick and tired of putting your money into something that has diminishing returns, like your 401k or your stock market investments or your children's college fund? Well, I have great news for you, because you can use your well-earned dollars to pump money into this Megadads organization and help us continue to make more great content for you and for only you. That's right. I'm talking directly to you, dear listener and or viewer. We couldn't do what we do here at Megadads if it wasn't for our great Boost community members. All you have to do to become one of these members is go to patreon.com/Megadads, and for only $1 a month, you can help keep the lights on in this joint and ensure that we continue to make great content well into the future. So let's take a minute now to celebrate those Boost members for the month of June. And those wonderful people are Dave Soto, David Snyder, Justin Masson, the Nintendo Dads Podcast, Timothy Olf, god damn, there's a lot of Nintendo Dads in here, Andy Penzick, the Bafo Yucks Dudes, Luke Porter, Brandon Wilson, the Snack Network, Estuardo Zenteno, Brendan Myers, Brent, John DeFrancesco, Emily Smith, Spokes, Eric Wood, Joseph, and Craig Campbell. And of course, we can't leave out the folks hanging out in our free tier. Let's give a great big shout out to Solara Clark, the Coconut Wizard, Avi Cohen, the One Track Gamers, John Layola, Michael Kwan, Sonny Megatron, Nima, Edie McD, Mike Salvino, and Brian Scott. We want to thank you all, whether you're pledging your hard-earned dollars or just joining us in the free tier. Thank you for being a member of the Megadads Boost community. And all you have to do to join is go to patreon.com/Megadads. That's patreon.com/Megadads. And now back to the show.
Megadads being super positive.
It's time for our super positives. Let's start this
no.
episode with some joy, Antonio.
Oh my
and
God, it's a bad day for this. I don't know. Keep going.
My God. I have an 11-year-old now.
Really?
Elliot had his birthday. He's
Wow.
11 years old.
When did that happen? You don't say anything anymore. All right. Go ahead.
I say it right here so that the people can absorb this information. Spoiler alert, we're actually recording this in May and his birthday is June 3rd, but by the time this airs,
He would have. That's how time works. That's the chronological calculation.
Parenting for the content. No, but anyway, okay, so real disclosure for the listeners and the viewers. His birthday is soon, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about birthdays because you have these great birthday stories with Lily every year about all the lengths you go to for these.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, my son doesn't want to do anything, and it's kind of weird. It's like he doesn't get I think part of it this year is it's right on the cusp of when we go on our big vacation to Japan, right? Like it's right there. So in our heads, that's where all of our excitement inventory is going, right? To this vacation. So he's just kind of like, whatever, we don't have to do anything. We'll grill outside. But he did this last year too. He didn't want to have a party. He just wanted to hang out.
I'm so sad.
Grill out. I don't know if I'm raising like an introvert or what, but like he gets most of his joy just being with us, with his family, which is a great thing.
Sure.
We went to see the movie, the Mission Impossible movie, just a few days ago, and there at the front of it there was a commercial for Disneyland in the trailers. It's happiest place on earth. And he looks at me and he says, "Dad, Disneyland's not the happiest place on earth. Home is." And I, single tear, lip quivering, I'm like, "You son of a bitch, you got me right here in the heart area." But like he just loves being with family.
That's awesome. But
and
that's
I don't know
you guys
if I
are
should.
Cool and shit.
We are cool and shit, but I don't know if I want to foster that or really encourage him to like go out there and do stuff with your friends. Like, what do I do here, Antonio? What do I encourage?
I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. My first thought was, if you're gonna make the birthday special, you got to give him something that he really wants. Because like he's like, okay, birthday party, cake, people. Like, I don't think that's what they're into anymore.
He's
I
just
think,
out of that now.
like, if you take them to the titty bar and you take them to like the strip club, I think that'd be a big like bonding moment. But I don't know if he's like too young for that. But
I don't know if anybody's too young for that.
My first thought was that that's what it was, is that he's like mature and he like wants to go to like the casino or the racetrack or something like that. But that's just my own depraved mind. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he's just enjoy it. Maybe just enjoy it, because
looking
like
for the life experiences.
Maybe kids wanting to be with you and wanting to be at home. I would just say enjoy it. That's my final answer. Just enjoy it, because I think it's going to swing again and he's going to get a group of friends, you know, when he's like 13, 14, and they're going to like be like, "Oh, Dad, it's my birthday. I'll see you like in 3 days, because we're going across the border to Tijuana or whatever," something like that. So I just enjoy
You're
it.
right. You're right. I'm just going to let him steer, right? I'm just going to let him, because he's right around the corner for teenage years. And before you know it, we're going to find him passed out in a pool of his own vomit and piss, with a needle sticking out of his arm.
So we were younger.
A dead hooker at his side.
So we were younger and we would like party, and like my brother would get like real sick, right? He drank too much, and then I had to bring him home like that, because what else am I gonna do? Like, he has to go home. So I bring him home to my parents. I'm like, I'm older, he's younger, but he drank too much, and now he's sick. And like, that is an experience that eventually happens, but you don't need to have that hardcore dumb, you know, party too hard experience. I mean, stay at home, grill, whatever, do that, because one day, Adam, either his girlfriend or friend or someone is gonna fucking call you or ring the doorbell, and they're gonna open the door and he's gonna immediately vomit on your stoop. Like, what are you gonna do then?
There's a dead hooker in the trunk.
Oh my God, Adam, no!
It's always going to be dead hooker involved. We know it. What's your super positive?
Oh my fucking God.
I believe me, there's a dead hooker in his future, one way or the other. If he's not going to make it happen, I'm going to plant it. Got to be a man sometime.
I would say super positive is my daughter is an entrepreneur. So she was doing a drawing. And I'm like, "Oh, so like cute drawing." And she's like, "No, this is my invention." Because she's like seen me ironing lately a lot of clothes for work and stuff. She's like, "This invention is going to apply chemicals to your clothing to make it easier for you to get the wrinkles out." And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. And I'm looking at it, and basically, long story short, like, this invention like comes down from the ceiling, sprays things on the clothes, and you iron. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, this is amazing. Great job. I love this. And she says, "Would you like to buy it?" So she sells me her idea, her blueprint.
What is this, Shark Tank?
She sells me her blueprint for, guess what? I was like, okay, sure, I'll buy it. I'm like excited that she's like being entrepreneurial. I'm like, you decided to sell an idea. Like, that's advanced for 5. And I'm like, how much? $45. $45 she comes at me with. I'm like, it took you 12 minutes to make that. Yeah. So your like hourly rate is astronomical in this environment.
She even have a patent?
You see, that's the thing. There's all these questions,
You're
right?
Getting screwed.
Anyway, I bought it for $10. I bought it for $10, Adam. But that's my super positive. My daughter has she's made a website. Like, she figured out what a website was. She watched like a YouTube ad, and then she wrote it on a paper. So it's like sdk.lily.com.
Oh
She's
my God.
She stuck it on the wall. She's like, "This is my business." And I said, okay. And then I just left it at that. I'm like, who am I to argue? Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like at this point, you're thinking about this way more highly than me.
Yeah.
So my daughter's an entrepreneur, I guess.
She's like really
or a
thinking
con
ahead.
Artist, one of the two.
She's like, I've got to offload this business because these tariffs are fucking my bottom line.
Seriously.
So here you go, Dad. Have fun.
There's my super positive.
The place to be for Megadads socials is the Megadads Discord, where you can engage with your favorite Megadads as well as other friends of the Megadads every single day in our stress-free and welcoming social space. When you're a member of our Discord, you will get alerts for all of our content drops, so you never have to miss a review, a podcast, or a hot take. Partake in our fun weekly Megadads holidays like Waluigi Wednesday and Final Fantasy Sunday. Megadads Discord is fun, free, and follows you wherever you go. Join us today and become part of the conversation.
Well, you want to talk about a video game?
I love talking about video games.
All right, you've got a brand new game to talk about.
Yes.
We've been very aggressive in our video games lately because we're manly
Yes.
men and we like to rip and tear. So
Yes.
let's talk about Doom: The Dark Ages.
Doom: The Dark Ages grows on you over time. Like, when I played Doom 2016, I was like, oh, this is good. And then I loved Doom Eternal, and I rolled credits on it. And that is like a big thing for me, someone who doesn't finish games. I could not put it down. I would like go right back to my Xbox and play. Go right back to my Xbox every chance that I got, and I rolled credits on the game. That's how much I loved what was going on. And like we talked about it last episode, sometimes you just want that mindless violence, and Doom just delivers that in spades. So that's what I was hoping was going to happen with this next Doom, but they changed the formula, and their whole idea was that you were going to stand and fight instead of like flying around like a rocket ship, like a jet engine plane, and firing down missiles. You were going to be a tank, and you were going to go up to enemies and all that. So the bad news is that it's, in my opinion, not as good as the fast flying around the level Doom Eternal. Doom, like, I think that was better.
Okay.
But the good news is they changed the formula up in a way that doesn't actually break it, just changes it. It's not as good, but it's definitely hard to put down, and I see myself rolling credits on this one as well.
It's just a different
that-
flavor of Doom.
Yeah.
Right? Like-
So what happens is, like, one of the main weapons you have is a shield to block projectiles that are coming at you. So when they come at you, if they're green and you block them just at the right time, you do like a parry, and it like sends it back at them and it stuns them. And now you can melee the character if they're like low enough health. And the melee weapon, the gauntlet, is also the other big thing that you have. So you can just start punching the shit out of the enemies. It's just as brutal as fuck. Just like punch, kick, and like they just split in half. And it's like, it's cool, but you're always like kind of like it's encouraging you all the time. Like, get up close, get face to face. And when you're low on health, if you kill something, that's when you have health. There's not a whole lot of other things, other options. It's like all forcing you to like keep going, kill something now. And it works, but you're definitely not using weapons and shooting things as much as you are like destroying them. I would say now the mix is like 50-50, and if you unlock the right perks and modifiers, you could probably sway the game one way or another and say, you know what, I don't really need to kill things with the melee. I could totally like take care of things with just the guns if I wanted to, but it really is encouraging you to like do the final blows with the melee hits. You can throw the shield, and it has like a blade around it, so it's like a buzzsaw, and it sticks into
there you
people. So like there's different things. And then they have the new guns, which is the shotgun, which is classic. The fast firing like needle shooter. There's like, it crushes up bones and it spreads projectiles in a very wide fan of ammo. There's like different things like that. And I don't know, it's like I didn't fall in love with any of the guns, and I think they really want you to fall in love with the melee, which I honestly have. It's satisfying enough. So this whole like change of the formula that kind of people were worried about, long story short, it works. I miss Doom Eternal. Like, playing this game, like I kind of want to finish this game and go back and play Doom Eternal almost. It's so like basically the next game, I would love for them to go like flying around and fast again. I don't know. Are you a fan of Doom, Adam? Like either the very old classic Dooms or 2016 and on, where they started to get like Fast and Furious?
I am not a first-person shooter guy. Like, this is just not my genre. I did try I don't even know what the hell it was called. The Doom before Doom Eternal, like the new Doom or whatever.
Do 2016, yeah, that was
And
like
I
the
was-
reboot.
It's such like a Twitch shooter, like super, like
Yeah.
you said, super fast and boom, boom,
It
boom.
was so
You got to do this.
fast.
I was just kind of like, fuck. I was exhausted after like 5 minutes. I'm like, I am way too old for this. I do not have the reflexes for this kind of a thing. But I have like a periphery knowledge of what this franchise is. And isn't this supposed to be like you're on Mars and there's demons? Explain to me the setup of the Dark Ages. Like, how are you? Is this an Army of Darkness kind of thing? You go back in time and fight in the medieval times, or is this just a planet that feels medieval? Like, what's going on with the story here?
I played a lot of Doom 2016, and I rolled credits on Doom Eternal, and I played this one, and I couldn't tell you a lick about the story.
So they don't
as-
care.
No, they care. They're telling a story. It just
Oh.
makes no fucking sense.
Oh, okay.
So it's
In a good way, though.
it's
that
like
could be-
sci-fi because there are planets, and there are like planets in the sky. There's plasma weapons. There's spaceships. But then in this game in particular, it's supposed to be the Dark Ages. So you're like dressed like an old school medieval gladiator, and other people are as well. And you have like swords and shields and shit like that. There's castles. Why is there like stone castles but also spaceships? Why is there this aesthetic of old everything but we are technologically advanced? It's like there's, if I remember correctly, and I could totally be fucking wrong, from all these games they get into like alien shit basically. It's
Right.
like heaven and hell is actually aliens, like hell and their legion and evil exists, but they're demons. But in reality, it's almost like they're aliens because the good, like heaven, and like there's another like light race that are like floating around and like kind of like good priests, and they're like alien looking.
There's not many of
Got-
those.
Why is this happening, Adam? Let me ask you. Let me ask you, because
Yeah.
your answer is going to be as good as mine.
Uh-huh.
Why? What are we doing?
It's all got to do with Pope Leo. You know, we
I don't.
we all,
the
we
Pope
all-
dies, and this is what we get. Like, what
This
is
is what we get.
happening?
Pope dies. It's time for some medieval shit. We got a new order in the church, and it's time for some mechs versus dragons with demons. It was part of the whole thing where they picked the Pope, and then they also picked what the next Doom game is going to be like.
If you look at the old Dooms, like
Part of the
Doom 3,
conclave.
I remember Doom 3, like all that. Like you're saying, it's like, oh, we got advanced, we started space shit, and then we went to Mars and we found Portal to Hell.
That's what
And
I thought it was.
That ties it together, right? Because it's like that's how we found it. We didn't find it until we got more advanced, and then you have guns and demons, and that's how it mixed. Now it's like the legions of the good people have captured the Slayer and have like a thing on his chest that keeps him in line, and they deploy him like a weapon and they shoot him out of the spaceship. He goes down, and then he fucks the demons up, and then they pull him back. So he's like their tool. And I think I'm only halfway through the game, but I think like he breaks out or some shit. I don't know. But it's like what you're saying, the story, they really try to get into it. They have like voice acting, different characters. They have the good guys and the bad guys.
Just
and-
makes no sense.
It makes no fucking sense. All I know is you're out there shooting shit and
Yeah.
you're slamming shit. There are two huge changes that people need to know about the game. One is that the saturation and the color of all the enemies has completely shifted, where before the enemies were like, there was green blood and like they were flashing and everything was like more neon colored. Now everything is toned down and dark and like kind of samey a little bit. The reasoning that I came up with was in Doom Eternal, and all the enemies would just do the same thing when they were stunned. They would just like start flashing like kind of white, and then you would know, oh, I can execute that enemy or whatever. Now there are so many other mechanics happening they rely very heavily on the colors coming at you. If it's green, you want to block. If it's purple,
That's
you want
smart.
to start meleeing. So you're really just seeing the colors, and the colors are telling you what to do, as opposed to the enemies looking different, flashing different. They don't want to confuse you with like even more color. The colors tell you what to do. It's like when this shield is bright, you can throw your buzzsaw shield at them and then they will break. When this is this color, do this. And that's what you're relying on. So that's the first major change. And net, I do not like it because I like the saturation, but it works with the Doom Dark Ages theme
Right.
because this is like dark, gritty castles, medieval. So it kind of works because of that. So they kind of get away with it. So that's one. The other thing is there's a part of Doom traditionally in the last couple games where there's they call it a glory kill, where you did just enough to weaken an enemy, and then like kind of outside your control, you initiate it, but he like rams his hand into somebody's eyeball and pulls out the brain or the heart.
Sweet.
And like rips them in half. That's like Doom Eternal. Like in this game, that happens less frequently. It's more rare, but it means more because when you kill the bigger enemies, then you do an execution and you pull out an upgrade. And the upgrade means a lot and it changes the game. It's like, oh, I have a lot more health. I have like, more armor, whatever it is. And you're like doing a really cool glory kill almost where you're executing. And it's almost like I kind of net enjoy that more because it kind of means more. And the Doom Eternal, I was pulling this execution off every like, minute. And now it's like every 20 minutes. And I'm like, I kind of like this a little better. So it's very interesting. So those are the two like other big changes I wanted to note about the game. They have you piloting a big mech. They have you piloting a dragon. Not good. I mean,
I've heard those sequences are not very good.
The game's all about dodge according to the color, right? And they keep that up in the dragon and in the mech part. But it doesn't make sense because you're playing as a different perspective. So it's like kind of like they didn't want to change the design language. So they're like, how do we do block the green thing in the dragon? And how do we do block the green thing in the mech? If they had just abandoned that a little bit and like done something different, I think it would have been great. Because when you're flying a dragon and you're shooting at a turret and you have to stop and say, okay, now we're going to get into a mode where it's shooting at me. I'm looking directly at it. I'm not flying around. I'm just kind of like looking at it. Now I want you to dodge green. And then it makes you dodge the green. And then it's like when you dodge, now you get to break the turret shields with a laser. And it's just like, it doesn't feel as good as when you're on the ground doing the dodge. Like there's no flow.
Yeah.
Same thing with the mech. It's like you're big and you're smashing into other enemies, but it's like, it just doesn't feel quick and brutal at all, like with the other two modes. So they're kind of throwaway. I would say the game tells you there's 22 levels. So about every 3 or 4 levels, there's a mix up where it's like, now we're going to let him do the dragon. Now we're going to let him do the mech. So it's like, I don't know. I think they just did it to do it.
Yeah.
It's like add in a mode. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. They're not very long, but they still kind of overstay your welcome. Like the dragon, it's like fly it for a little bit, then go do first person, then fly it to the next part and do first person. It's like, dude, like somebody decided this and then they just stuck with it. They're like, fuck it. Like we're launching like this.
Every once in a while, a game has a Mary Jane level where you're just kind of like, I appreciate.
I hear a lot of shit about the Mary Jane level.
Yeah, it's like I appreciate what you're trying to do here.
I didn't hate it as much as other people, but it definitely went on too long. I mean, let's be real. But yeah, a Doom Dark Ages net, great game, brutal as fuck, not as good as Eternal in my opinion. It takes a while to get going too because as they introduce all these new ideas and new weapons and new mechanics, they do it very slowly. Like it wasn't until an hour in did it even start to flow. After an hour, I was like, oh, this is cool. Then after the second hour, I was like, now I get it. By hour 3, I was like, I'm gonna roll credits on this game. Like, it's done. Like, I have to keep playing this. So yeah, very good game. Very
Doom
good.
the Dark Ages. I like when I hear that you're gonna finish a game. Doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often. Maybe it
I
happens
love
like
that for you.
2 or 3 times a year I'll finish a game. Maybe.
You deserve more credits in your life.
This program is powered by Megadad's Boost, our public support program. You can join at patreon.com/Megadads. For over 10 years, Megadads has been bringing you the best in podcasts, reviews, interviews, family fun, and so much more. As an independent media organization, we rely on audience members like you to help support what we do, to ensure that Megadads can continue to bring you the great content that you enjoy. If you've been watching, listening, or playing along through the years, please consider lending your support by becoming a member of Megadads Boost. Memberships start for as little as $1 a month, and you can start collecting your Boost rewards from day one. Rewards like art cards, early access podcasts, reviews, gameplay clips, and so much more. Please visit patreon.com/Megadads and become a member today. You can help us continue to make more of that Megadads coverage you've loved over the last 10 years well into the future by becoming a member of Megadads Boost.
Yeah.
That sound means it's the caboose, where we wrap up this episode with a recommendation of something outside of the world of video games that we think you might enjoy. And now that it's warm outside, last year I bought myself a projector. And every summer, moving forward, we now like to do outside movies. So we wait for it to get dark, we put the screen up, we sit in the backyard with some drinks and some snacks, maybe a fire going, and we put up a movie. Of course, last year was Twisters, because what a great summer outdoor movie when it's hot and windy and you think like maybe you're going to die if the storm picks up.
Love it.
I'm thinking now, with the anticipation of the new Jurassic World movie, that we might do an outside Jurassic movie. Scare the shit out of the neighbors by cranking the volume up and getting the T-Rex going. You can go on Amazon and get these projectors at varying levels of quality, right?
Yeah.
Don't get something super cheap, but you don't have to get something super expensive either to make this fun. Ours is kind of middle of the road. But yeah, outdoor movies in the backyard, if you have the capability to buy yourself a projector, it is a fun time, especially for the kids. So that's my recommendation. Yeah. What's up your caboose?
My caboose, my recommendation for people is Blue Moon Extra. So this shit is kicking my ass. So we cracked open some beers, okay? Yeah. And we were like, let's spice the episode up a little bit. So Blue Moon Extra, as we've discussed, means extra alcohol. So it's 8% alcohol by volume instead of like 3.5 or 4, which is normal.
How you feeling?
I feel like I should just go to the casino and put it all on red. That's what I think. So props to Extra Alcohol, where they put extra alcohol by volume in the same amount of can. Like excess, Adam. That's my recommendation. Like if it's 2 scoops, do 3 scoops. You know what I'm talking about?
It's 2025. We only have so much time left. You might as well get the extra alcohol.
Wrap it up.
That's how we're doing. Well, thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of Megadads Live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Join us in the Discord. We have all sorts of fun in the Megadads Discord, especially Antonio. He's way more active than I am because I get tired and fall asleep early. But we have great conversations, gaming opportunities, and just hang out with the community. The link is in the show notes, and we will see you next week for an all-new episode of Megadads Live.